the book for this?
Yeah,
That's
fucking
fancy.
gorgeous. All right, so after you did your whole thing in the basement with Jack, and you watched Resmir leave through some sort of circle. Um, you with Jack went and you investigated what appeared to be like a weird bullywug like ritual chamber, and within it were poisoned very quickly. The effects being hallucinogenics fucked with you pretty hard. Um, Dealing with that for quite some time, you managed to not actually attack each other, which was a shock. Um, but afterwards, you went back to find the bullywug ritual chambers, what they had there, and you found two books, a large black bone, and a bunch of gold. You grabbed the books and the bone, but left all the gold. And on your way out of the dungeon, you found that some cultists had come down and actually were barricading up the opposite entrance within the dungeon as they knew bullywugs were coming from there. And as you quickly learned, the bullywugs were trying to overthrow the castle. After a particularly uh, stressful fight with Jalmur and Farblex. Farblex appeared to have been the winner, and so the Bullywugs have been doing what they've wanted to do this whole time, but didn't have the courage to do so, which is claiming this castle for themselves.
And
Um,
with it, the surrounding swamp. Kinda.
yeah, yeah, you would assume, although you have not been out there.
Oh
Um,
shit. Okay, yep.
but coming up from the dungeon, you pass by Jalal, who is tending to two wounded cultists. And she asked you if you had seen like where what was it, Reggie?
Yeah? I was listening.
You asked where Reggie was. She said he was last seen in the courtyard fighting off some bullywugs. And you kind of went out in order to help these people that you've been calling your allies for the better part of almost a month now.
Is that
Uh, mm, like 2 weeks, half of a month.
2 weeks since when? Like, well, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks since you have started traveling with them.
Is that all? We left.
This
One
shit is
sec.
moving slow.
1 sec. I gotta check pinned messages.
But regardless,
Baldur's
you've
Gate.
kind of you've kept moving through the courtyard. Um, you fought off a couple bullywugs that were sneaking past the now destroyed portion of the wall that kind of separates the castle into two portions. Um, you killed some bullywugs there. Jack turned into a grizzly bear to help you, and then you scaled the rocks, and then Jack also followed. But before doing so, you had released some of the guard drakes that were penned up right beside the destroyed wall here, in order to help the couple lizard folk that were being cornered by around 15 bullywugs. The guard drakes kind of broke out of their pen, attacked everything, um, dealt some casualties, received some casualties, and eventually the bullywugs kind of like backed up to where they were, where their effectively their homestay within this castle is. Kind of mud up here. Um,
Yeah.
and slammed the doors shut and kept spears like poked underneath and above, and were violent toward obviously anything that approached. And so there are three, I believe. There are three injured lizard folk that are here, as well as two drakes that you released who have both received a couple wounds. But you've now kind of emptied out this initial courtyard area. The bullywugs have retreated back up, and Jack in grizzly bear form, as well as the two guard drakes, are kind of like eyeing the door and just kind of like pacing around it. And that is where we are.
When you said the released drakes attacked everything, does that include the lizard folk?
No, it did not. No,
Okay.
just
the bullywugs.
Just the bullywugs. You evaded them attacking you with some well-rolled animal handling check.
Thank God.
Yeah, that could have been bad.
Oh, fuck me! It doesn't matter. I'm not dead.
Yeah. So as you are standing here, kind of surveying this new scene of death, you can see Jalmor's body is still slumped backwards, like half into the fire that the lizard folks were sitting around previously. There are, I would say, you'd estimate like 9 or 10 lizard folk that have been slain in this area already, as well as a couple cultists. You can recognize the like black cloaks that they have. They stand out pretty well from the lizard folk who are, lizards.
Yes. I struggled to keep Farblex and Dralmor straight. I know the names don't sound similar.
Farblex Spattergoo is a bullywug.
Yeah, it's Spattergoo. Come on, Warren. Of course Spattergoo is a bullywug.
He killed the lizard folk shaman, basically, and wears his head as a ornamental hat.
Huh.
Yeah. Dralmor was a hoity-toity elf, high elf, that was not extremely liked, but kept the peace. And that has now been broken. Yeah.
Sam, my notes were on Dralmor were name. Good notes. He's dead now.
He did tell you a lot, so I hope you at least wrote that down.
I think I
Dun,
did.
dun, dun, dun.
Go away. Notes. Yeah, look. Wait.
But regardless, you had come into this courtyard looking for Reggie.
I had.
And with your like initial kind of survey of the scene, you could not find him. You did not see him within this courtyard, at least.
Okay.
But as you are standing here, kind of surveying everything, you hear a kind of noise above you, and for a second, your hand just goes straight to your sword, the one that you're still holding out with. You're holding it out with one hand still, and you kind of instinctually look around, and you don't see anything. But as the kind of noise in the air gets a little louder, you recognize like the fluttering of Silva's wings.
God.
And then you feel a two kind of taloned feet touching your shoulder, and you hear a voice kind of like whisper into your ear. What the fuck is going on here? What?
The frogs.
Are you okay?
The frogs tried to kill the lizards and everyone else.
Oh boy. Okay, Namir sent me here to tell you that they set up a camp north of the castle.
Okay. Okay.
Um, should they come back? Are you okay? Are you good?
For now, I am okay. The
Okay.
castle is not.
There's a lot of dead. And on the way here, it was pretty chaotic outside.
How's the camp?
Like the ones out front.
Is everyone else? Oh shit, sorry. Um, yeah, the ones out front.
Um, I haven't checked that way. I came from the north, but like I can go look if you'd like. I'm not going anywhere near
No,
them though,
no,
especially not with the mirror here.
it's okay. Um, I don't know if they should come in.
I can just go tell them what's happening. It'll
I'm
take me a bit. Like they're a little ways away, but
okay. I will stash. I want to look around. How many dead cultists are there?
um, there are about 7,
Seven.
ranking from like initiate cultists to like the first step up, the dragon claws.
Okay. Okay. Um. Oh, and Jack is still with me. Yeah.
In grizzly bear form, yes. Silva kind of like looks over and is like, "The bear's not gonna kill you, right?"
No. The bear likes me. I think.
Okay, okay, that's good. He's just big.
Yeah, he is that. Good for him.
Yeah, good
Um.
for him. I want to be big.
Really? Oh, this is not the time for that. I'm going to ask you about
Absolutely
that
not.
later.
Okay.
um. Okay. I would
Do you have anything you want me to tell them?
tell them that everything is chaotic,
Oh,
but I seem to be okay for now.
uh, okay, okay. I can do that.
Yeah. Okay.
You
And
feel like the kind of feet lift off of your shoulder, and you hear the little fluttering sound again.
perfect. Okay. Um.
If you die, Namir's probably gonna be pissed at you. So like, don't do that.
Noted. And fair. And likewise to you.
I'm probably good. They don't got a whole lot of stuff that flies. But be safe.
Okay. Okay.
And you hear the fluttering kind of like leave into the air.
Um. Okay. I sort of snap back and focus. I look. I look to the southeast. So they're mostly penned back in, right? Um.
The bullywugs?
Yeah.
They're to the north, on the north side of
Yeah. They're on
the
the north
castle.
side, and they're back in there. I'm gonna call it a
Yeah,
pen for lack of a better.
it's accurate.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
treat it like a pen.
Yeah.
It is like pitch dark in there.
Um. Okay. I need to find some cultists because who's all watching the door right now? Jack is watching their door.
and two guard drakes.
Okay.
And the lizard folk, all of them were hurt, and you can see they're kind of helping each other tend to their wounds.
Yep.
But around this time, they kind of glance over and like wave at you and give you like nods of appreciation.
Um, I'm going to find one of them. How injured is
Mhm.
the most injured?
The most injured can barely walk.
But okay. I would like to use healing hands on one of the
Okay,
lizard folk.
sure thing.
That heals just 6 flat points.
Total.
Yep.
Okay, sure thing. So yeah, you do that, and immediately it like stands up, kind of like shakes the injured leg that it was like kind of keeping elevated, and then kind of looks at you and gives you a nod, and it tries to form some common words, and you hear it like thank 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 you.
You're welcome. Go. Rest. Find Jalel. She's in the tower to the southwest, and I kind of point that direction.
Another one of them kind of looks to you and speaks in a little more clear common. Um, Uri, our folk are outside of castle.
Okay.
Can we get there?
Maybe. Let me let me scout ahead. You
Okay.
get your get your most wounded to Jalel, and the best amongst you can come with me.
They kind of look over each other, and you can see like just looking at them, all of them are fairly hurt. Um, there's only the three of them here. But one of them kind of um lifts up the one that you have healed, and looks at the other and goes, "You go. We will stay."
Okay. Perfect. I turn to Jack. Hey,
Okay.
big guy. Uh,
Brr,
just need you to keep an eye on the door. Uh,
brr,
I'll be back soon. I just I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna see what's going on outside.
brr. He shakes his head as he does that one.
Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna secure at least the guardhouse.
Brr. Continues to like shake his head.
Okay. I'm gonna search more of the castle. I gotta find Reggie.
He kind of like paces down south a little bit and like nudges you, like just kind of pushes your back towards like Resmir's
Oh,
kind of door. That looking at it now, you can see it's broken, like it's off of its hinges and it's leaning inwards, but it's still propped up by something.
okay. You're right. Okay. Okay. You guard this door. I'm gonna find Reggie. Uh, uh, sorry, Lizard. What was your name?
Mm, my name, Dark Claw.
Dark what?
Dark Claw. Dark Claw.
Oh, okay.
Your name?
Percy. Okay,
Hurry.
I will hurry. And I turn and I head into the tower.
Which tower?
Rasmir's.
Okay. As you approach the door, it is like it's off of its hinges and it's kind of like the top of it is tilted inward a little bit, but it is still propped up. And as you kind of like push against the handle, it does not budge.
Hmm. Um. How solid? Like, does it
But
give at all?
it gives a little, but like it hits something hard right behind it.
Okay. I'm gonna try kicking it in.
Okay. Give me a
I can't remember, and I can't currently see. Is
give
there a
me a strength check.
yeah? Is there a second entrance to that room, that tower?
There's not.
Okay. 21.
So give me 21. Yeah, with that you kick it and you hear a like from behind the door you hear the sound of something skidding like a and the door kind of shifts down a little bit. You give it a second kick. The door shifts even more and now it's at like a 30-degree angle and you can just kind of like walk in. But as it falls this far, you are immediately greeted by the of 3 swords, and they're all immediately like right in front of your face. And then you hear somebody go, "Oh, no, that's one of ours. We're good. We're good." And you recognize it's like Reggie is inside of here.
Perfect. Reggie, what's going on? Are you guys good?
Um, the swords kind of withdraw, and you can now see there are a couple of the dragon claws within here, as well as Reggie, who's in here. And he kind of, yeah. We're all right. We shit went down. You can see he's bleeding a little bit. Um, shit went down pretty quickly. We hold ourselves up in here. I wanted to check if Resmir was upstairs. I don't remember where she went, but
Oh,
she's not in here.
nope, she got out.
She left.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Of
Yeah,
course she would.
I was gonna say, got out might be the wrong term.
Abandon us feels like. Looks like. Is.
You can say that. I can't yet. But
Percy.
yes.
Right now, and he kind of like looks at the two on his side. Right now, that's a good call
On her part?
on your part.
Okay.
I'll say these things. You keep your mouth shut. And he kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. Very good.
But the 3 swords kind of leave immediately your face. And Reggie looks at behind you. You guys all get out there.
Yeah. In case you didn't know this, that's Jack. I don't think I'd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just like a. He could. Oh, wow.
Oh yeah. He's pretty good with the whole nature shit.
I don't know why I wouldn't expect that of a tiefling, but like, good for him. That,
He keeps it to himself.
yeah, cause like he's a playful guy. Anyway, I didn't assume this. This is cool. So, did they get into this tower? Is there anything else in this tower I need to know about? Like, are there bodies up there?
We have not gotten through all of it yet. There's a couple injured we've brought upstairs. Don't know if they're gonna make it.
Jalel's holdout in a pretty good spot. Just
yeah.
just under the barracks. She's
Oof.
got in the in the old centipede.
I'll be rough. Of course. I'll be rough to get through. Do you want to come check on them with me?
I'll have a look. I'm not much, but I can
Better than
carry
nothing.
them if need be.
Why don't you two? And he kind of addresses the dragon claws here, and he's like, "Why don't you guys kind of keep an eye on this door?" And they're like, "Absolutely." You recognize one of them as the guy who like made a joke about Jalmor with you.
Perfect. Yep. And I head up with Reggie.
Okay. Yeah. So as you come in, you can see they had propped one of the pews behind the door, and we're using that to hold it shut. It's a little skidded out of the way now, but they kind of move it back as you come in. You can see like this initial chapel area that you enter into. There are lines of pews, and then at the front there's a large wooden podium with the big, fancy, extremely ornate wooden carving behind it. That's like very rough depiction of Tiamat. As you enter in here, Reggie kind of leads you through the art gallery portion, the one like on the east side that leads over to Resmir's quarters. And going through there, he kind of is walking beside you. It's pretty dark in here. There are a couple torches lit on like the walls, but you can tell like there was fighting within here. There's a couple lizard folk that are dead, like on the ground, as well as about 5 or 6 bullywugs that are just kind of like scattered throughout the pews. And as you kind of come around the corner through like the chapel area and then heading down to the stairs where you can access Resmir's quarters, you get to one more dragon claw who is down there, and he's got a spear and a shield. And he just kind of seeing the two of you approach, just gives Reggie a nod and looks at you and didn't expect this to happen, eh?
No.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Reggie, have you seen Drogon?
Reggie kind of. I don't think so, but last I heard, I think he was. When I went to the courtyard, he was still in the Great Hall, so I don't know where he went from there.
Okay, I'll have to have a look around.
Yeah, you might have passed him and not noticed it.
That'll happen. Okay.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
He kind of leads you up the stairs. And as you guys are about halfway up the stairs, he kind of slows down dramatically and just kind of pulls up pace right beside you. There's like a brief section here where the stairway turns on a landing and continues upwards, and he stops and he turns to you. Now, I don't want to assume your allegiances, but how devoted are you to this whole dragon cult?
Enough?
Find that.
It's been a couple weeks. Give me time.
I remember when we were talking in that bar in Waterdeep. You were in it for the money. That's still true?
I sort of smile.
That's still true?
I mean, I don't know. Because there were chests of gold, and I didn't touch them. I just grabbed the injured and carried on.
It's respectable.
I think I'm in it for the people.
These people, the ones here now?
I'm in it for you guys. The guys I've traveled with for... Okay, as an aside, out of character, way the fuck longer than 2 weeks, right?
I don't think so.
From...
Maybe 3.
Okay, anyway.
But it hasn't been a month yet.
Wild. Okay.
Yeah.
So, for you guys, I've traveled with you for the past few weeks. And, like, I just like you guys. I don't know.
I appreciate that.
I'm looking for a bit of family, and this is working.
He glances like up the stairs and down the stairs real quick. I like where your head's at, Percy.
I'm glad to hear that.
I'm not here for the long run. I'm not here for whatever god they all want to run after. But I know some of us are. Jalal and Jack, we've got some tight ties.
Okay. What are you here for?
I'm here for the money. That's it. And I'm going to be honest, there's a lot of money in this castle right now.
Dude. Oh, yeah.
Resmir fled.
Yeah, Resmir fucked me up.
If she's gone, then she's gone.
Is she... Where'd she go? She told me. She went to, like, a hunting cabin?
Hunting cabin.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with what they do here. Jalal's the only one who's been here before.
Alright. Sure.
What I'm saying is I'm kind of thinking about, you know, if we hold off these bullywugs,
Yeah?
who's taking that gold?
Who can run the portal?
I don't know how they operate it. You'd have to ask one of the claws.
Okay, would they? They'd know better. Okay.
They'd know. Yeah, they'd know.
Okay. Yeah. Because if you wanted, you could just walk as many chests as you could haul out of here. And no one would even notice.
Exactly. That's what I'm on about.
Yeah, but...
And a lot of the people that are still here, a lot of the cultists that are hurt and kind of like head gestures upwards, they don't have deep ties. The claws do. That's it. There's not many of them left.
You think we could drive a rift between them?
Probably just take them out.
We should get a bit of a count. But you're likely right.
I mean, I've been holed up here. There's those three. One's up above are all injured and they're all initiates.
Oh. Well, the initiative...
They're pissed. They're hurt.
Sorry?
They're just mad they got
pissed or
hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, fair.
Just
It's a
something to think
bonus.
about. Something to think about. This is you're one of the good ones, in my eyes.
I like you, Reggie.
You'll kill someone every now and then, but everyone's got to. Part of life, right?
Yeah. Part of living is dying. It's not my turn.
Exactly. It's not yours, it's somebody else's.
And that's the way it is.
All right, let's take a walk up.
Yeah. Alright. Let's have a look.
Keeps leading you up. And as he does, you get to the second floor where there is a little bit of a living quarters area and then a library. Here, I'll update our map. Boom, boom. A little bit of a living quarters area and then a library on the north side. I have not been screen sharing this whole time.
Nope. I've just been looking at you. I'm like, alright. And you kept like saying over here. I was like, it'll be fine.
You never questioned it? All right, can you see now?
No. I can.
Awesome. Yeah, so he brings you in. As you come up the stairs, there's a bit of a living quarters area. All of the beds are empty. There's less beds in here than you would assume. And as he kind of moves towards the library, you can see there are a couple beds that have been laid out. There's about 3 of them in here. And all of them have like one of the cultists that is just kind of like, they've got like a bandage wrapped around their side or one of their arms is in a sling. Another one has a bandage kind of like around the side of the head and is just like out cold. Yeah. So these are the folks we got here. Not sure if we should move them, try and get to Jalal like you were saying, or if we can keep them here.
No one's looking after them. Any of the guys downstairs any good with bandages and stuff? No.
They're all good with their swords.
Yeah, we're a little overstaffed on that right now. Not much for healers.
Well, when you've got expendable forces, you focus on the expendable part.
Well, they've done that.
Oh yeah.
Not much of a fighting force if we were to, you know, try and overthrow the claws. Is there more around?
The cultists, the initiates.
Yeah.
Not in here, at least. This is all that's in here. I haven't gone through Resmir's stuff upstairs. I checked if she was there and left. Because, you know.
That could be a score.
Yeah.
And that could be a subtle score. Like, you don't even gotta... You can just put that in your pocket.
You want to take a look?
Yeah. These guys will be fine.
Kind of like scans over the room. All of them are out cold. You don't know if that means they're getting up again, but they're not watching you, and that's what matters right now. And Reggie kind of like does his once over and kind of turns and gives you like a chin up nod and heads up the stairs.
Beautiful. I of course go with.
I assume so. As you get upstairs, click click. The first room you come up to is the office you're kind of familiar with. You kind of stood outside the door here while Resmir talked to Dralmor about something.
Yeah.
There's the desk on the far end that has some papers on it. There's a nice large chair behind it. There are two very ornate, large, like black dragon statues carved of some like expensive looking rock. All of the furniture here is really nice. And Reggie gets up and kind of like glances over the desk and goes, "You can take a look if you want, but I'm going in the room." Kind of leans on Resmir's door and clicks it open. Pushes in.
Alright. I'd like to have a look at her desk. I'm looking for papers and information and... Right.
Okay. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Survey says 11.
Okay. Going over it, you can find a lot of just like papers. There's it seems to be like an invoice of sorts. It is just a large list of like various things. And reading over it, it's a very impressive sounding. Like there are like hundreds of thousands of gold pieces. Lists of just like this many pounds of silver like cutlery. There's marks on how many different types of pounds of jewels there are, and it's like all of them are in the hundreds.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of like pushing those aside, you can also kind of see there is what appears to be a note kind of like on the surface of the desk itself, like underneath these papers. It's kind of like it's always been there. And you push those papers aside as you like glance quickly over all these ledgers. And there is a single piece of paper at the bottom that just has a note written on it, and all it says is portal, and then under it, Jazeer. And then there are There's more writing underneath, but it is in Draconic.
Okay. I pocket that.
Okay.
Notepad. Okay. Yeah, and it's all in Draconic. Of course it is. It said Portal and Drazir and Draconic.
Yeah, so it was like Portal, then right under it, Drazir. And then like underlined, and then below that, Draconic. And then one of the words in Draconic is also underlined.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Perfect. I'll follow. Having completed that, I'll just follow Reggie. And
Wait. Okay.
Motherfucker. Okay, sure. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do that. Okay.
Yeah.
I will still follow Reggie into the room.
Okay. As you enter into the room, you can see that Reggie is. He's kind of like already opened a lot of the bedside drawers, and he's got on the bed. You can see there is a couple diamonds that have just been thrown there, as well as like a small satchel. And he has now turned to the cabinets and is kind of like opening them, and you can see him as you walk in. He's like holding up this large like a very fancy like purple robe, and he kind of looks at you and goes, "Look at me, I look pretty good." Throws it on the bed.
Something to wrap everything in, anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. Continues to kind of go through it. And he kind of like gestures to the other wardrobe, because there's one wardrobe, there's a large mirror, and there's another wardrobe, and he points to the other one. He's like, "Take a look."
And I do.
As you do, you kind of open it, and you can see there's a lot of like casual like civilian clothing. There is a set of leather armor in here, and it is kind of just hanging there. There is also a small chest that is up on a top shelf.
Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take that down. I'll probably set it on the bed, and I'll open it. How heavy is it?
It's not horribly heavy, actually. As you take it down, it feels very light.
Okay.
And you throw it on the bed, and you go to open it. And there's a latch that is closed on it. But as you kind of flick it open and you lift it up, it's not locked, and it is empty inside.
We are afraid of chests. It's empty.
It's empty.
What is it? Like completely, like a bare wooden chest, no signs of what used to be in it?
Give me an investigation check. If you want to attempt to tell what was in it based off of like
some bullshit.
Wear and like dust.
11 again.
11. It is impossible to tell what's in it. It is about I'd say it's like just under 30 centimeters long and 20 wide, but only like 10 tall.
I love it.
It's fairly small. It's fairly small.
I kind of dump it over on the bed, and I'm just like, yeah. Well, obviously I missed something. Got a little too late.
He kind of like glances over at you and goes, fuck. Yeah, that makes sense.
What's he got?
She came back here before she left, right?
I don't know.
I thought she did. She got her like armor on or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I saw her walking through the courtyard with like that mask she wears.
That was...
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah, and she had a bag
Spicy.
over her shoulder, so she probably grabbed like the good stuff.
I was a little, you know?
It was nice. It was real nice. Like I
Scared.
that mask was intimidating. Did you feel that? Like it walks by and it just kind of gives you like a
Oh.
all right. Yeah. Did you get close enough?
No, I don't think so.
Uh,
So, wow,
What the-
okay. Gives you a little bit in the,
Uh-huh. Definitely.
okay. Noteworthy.
He kind of like you can see he's just holding more clothing. Like it doesn't appear like there's a whole lot more in here, and he kind of just like throws it on the bed and picks up the chest that you put down. Like
You could put the diamonds I don't know.
I guess.
Just wrap
Like,
all
what
the
the fuck?
clothes
What
in a
what would
ball.
you put in this? Right? Like
I have no idea.
whatever. I don't like. I'll go grab a book from the library and throw it in. What a joke. Throws it down.
Just like throws it on the floor.
Throws it onto the bed.
Oh, okay.
But he grabs the 2 gems, the 2 diamonds that are there, and they're about equal size, and he kind of like juggles them. Left to right.
Left.
Tosses it to you.
Thank you.
Slips
Wow.
this one into his pocket. Grabs the satchel. Kind of shakes it. It jingles. And he's like,
Platinum?
want to split this now or later?
Later. No rush.
Platinum.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Cinches it up. Throws it on his belt. All right.
Beautiful.
Turns to the empty armor stand that is there. A shame she took this, though. That would have been nice.
Would it have? Wouldn't have fit, I don't think. But
Probably not. No.
you
not
could
at
walk
all.
around looking all silly, like I'm so cool.
Oh. Yeah, but I bet you nothing would hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to think about
Yeah.
that.
Whatever.
Well, yeah,
All right, well, let's head back down.
a little disappointing, but yeah.
What can you do?
I mean, if we're here for the money,
Oh, we got the money.
wow, this is nothing. Have you gone to the kitchens?
No.
Right, because
What's
they were always counting it while we were having breakfast. Right?
Oh, yeah, in the hall.
Sorry,
yeah.
not the
Yeah.
kitchens, the hall.
No, there's lots of stuff.
Yeah,
And I didn't think about that. There still is.
I can't imagine they got it out. Like, there's no way. There was so
Absolutely
much.
not. Absolutely not. Oh. All right. Percy,
You could buy a small kingdom with this. A
I might
fiefdom,
just
at
settle down
least.
right here.
Eh.
I mean,
What?
kill the bullywug and what? You got a free castle? Okay.
Yeah, but then what? You rule over land of the bullywugs.
Well, I mean, you get build some infrastructure, connect it back to Neverwinter, you know.
Okay.
10, 15 years from now, you've got a nice little economy going.
That could work.
It could work. Very much. And they've got a forgery here.
What?
Yeah.
There's a.
You heard it? Yeah, the lizard folk had one. They just made shitty broken tools with it all the time, but like, you know, kept them happy because they get to make metal, but no, they've got a forge here.
Oh. What have you guys made use?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay. So there's a forge and a decent cast. Okay, if you take this thing over, you are not
Yeah.
allowed to throw all your trash in a fucking corner.
Why not? Just fill up a corner. Burn it once a year.
It is so. You know how many people keep. I keep having to go through it.
It's really funny to watch.
If you could stop.
Yeah, you know what? For you. I would not have a trash corner.
Like, you'll have enough money. Hire someone to cart it out into the woods.
Exactly.
And burn it.
Or just throw it off a wall. Something. I don't know.
Yeah, have you fucked with the owl? This isn't the time. Let's go down. Let's meet with Jalal. Let's see if we can find everyone else.
Sure thing.
Specifically Drogon.
Okay.
Hopefully he's around. I don't know, man. Getting a little shaky on that.
Yeah, I hope he's good.
Okay.
Let's go back down.
Yeah.
And Reggie heads down the stairs. You follow. As you kind of pass by the second floor, what is your passive perception?
12. It's always 12. It still hasn't gone up. Not since last session.
12 is enough. As you walk by the second floor, you hear what sounds to be like something falling onto the ground, like pebbles kind of being like dropped.
On the second floor?
On the second floor.
Where all of the unconscious men were.
Yes.
Okay.
And as you kind of like peer in, you can see on the west side of the library, the flat wall itself, there are like small vibrations coming from it. And like stone just kind of like drops onto the ground. Like little pieces of like shale kind of fall off of the wall.
But like only there.
Only on the west side there.
Hey. Fuck it. Come with. What? And I go into the library.
Okay. Yeah, you go in. It's a large library. There's rows and rows upon books. There's the three, the injured cultists that are in here. They're all still out cold. Yeah, the wall in front of you, there are like ting, 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 and you can see little bits of like pebble falling with each noise.
I kind of glance sideways at Reggie. Do you?
Reggie gives it right back. I don't know what's going.
Okay, and the wall is like shimmering.
It's like vibrating, like it is stone that is kind of like shaking.
I just grab a book and
okay.
like I lob it at the wall.
You just throw it at the wall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seek ye first to understand.
Yeah, you throw the book at the wall and it hits the wall and bounces off. And the noise stops for a second.
Okay.
And then resumes. And it gets a little faster. Ting, 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 ting. You see the end of something sharp just poke through the wall. And then it leaves. You hear a and it pokes through again. And it leaves.
Reggie?
And then
I grab Reggie and I pull him into an aisle.
Okay. Yeah, so you hear the sound of stone falling onto the ground. And then the sound of something moving. And you hear a fuck this, man. Oh, that sucked. I'm never doing that again. And Reggie kind of like looks to you and mouths, Froggin? And kind of like...
Would I recognize his voice?
Yeah, you'd recognize it. It sounds like Froggin.
Okay.
Reggie pokes his head out, and you can see standing there, just dusting himself off. He's covered in like soot and just like bits of stone, like brushing it out of his beard. There's Froggin. And behind him there is a hole within this wall itself. And just behind that, you can briefly see there is another dwarf behind him that's kind of looking out. And there is a cultist there as well, and they're both kind of like looking behind Drogon through this hole. Drogon,
What tier?
You're on the second floor.
Sorry, what tier of cultist?
Initiate.
Okay. Noted.
And Drogon kind of looks up at the two of you and goes, "Oh, fucking thank the gods. It worked. Found you. All right."
What? Where are you coming from? Why did you have to...
Very tired. Kitchen. Through wall.
Yep, okay.
Well, I went into the Great Hall.
Yes.
Well, Reggie was in the courtyard.
Okay.
And I saw Reggie going to Resmir's office. And I think to myself, he can't get out of there. So I think, how can I get into there?
And
Dig through wall.
Irrefutable.
It worked.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't see you get in here, Percy, but I'm glad you're safe.
Likewise.
And the bullywug's still beating down at your door.
I think the bullywugs... I don't know. I haven't explored the whole place yet. I got most of them. Jack's keeping an eye on them. We got most of them pushed back into their...
Is Jack's by himself out there?
Like with 3 drakes. With 3 guard drakes.
Alright, well, I hope he's okay.
I hope so too. How long can he be a bear?
Don't worry about that.
Long
Quite
enough?
some time. Quite some.
Okay. Okay, well, fair enough. Then then that should do. Are there any windows on the north side?
Of the second floor?
Yeah.
No, there are not.
Suka.
There's a balcony on the third floor. You would know that from when you talked with Rosemary.
Yep.
That's what? It does.
Oh. He's been moving around in the background. Such a cutie. Floof.
He's very fluffy.
So... Okay, DM, does this represent a shorter path to Jalal?
Here, let me give you a thing.
Yeah, if you... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's now a...
And from the outside, would I have been able to see how tall was the barracks tower? Is this the top floor of the barracks tower?
No, this would be the second floor of the barracks tower.
Okay. Okay.
If it were to continue straight through, that would be the second floor of the barracks tower.
Oh. Yep.
Yeah, but you can see, I believe there's a wall at the end.
Ah. Okay. Then. Wait. What's in that? What room did you just come out of? I
The
just
kitchen.
poked my head in. That's... They put the...
You poke your head in and you can see, this is a kitchen storeroom. There are just bags upon bags of, dried foods up here.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Fair enough. Okay. Well, holy shit, good work getting through a wall.
Thank you.
If we smashed through that wall, would we be in the barracks?
I
gesture
at the next.
That one goes above the Great Hall. If you remember, it goes really far up.
Oh, so that's just we'd be looking
It's
down into the Great
not
Hall.
the Great Hall. You can just go down these stairs, though, and it goes right into the hall.
Okay. I look at the recruits, the unconscious ones. Any of them look like they'll make it?
Give me a medicine check.
How about something else?
No.
No. My non-nat 1.
You got a negative?
Yeah. I guess I'd call that a dirty 1.
A dirty one works. It's very hard to tell. None of them are responsive.
Okay.
You have no idea what that would.
Alright, fuck it. Oh, I don't even care. He's purring right into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that. Okay. I turn to Reggie. Let's go meet with Jalal anyway.
All right.
Well, I guess the whole gang's back together. We just
get Jack, and we're all good.
yeah, we're all squared away. And I gesture for Reggie to go first down the stairs, and then I follow behind him, hoping to get a little distance from Drogon, just a little.
The two of you.
I'm
Okay.
hoping to isolate Reggie and myself, just
Yeah.
a titch.
Yeah. You actually definitely do. Drogon is still standing in the library side of the hole, and he is just like shaking stone off of himself.
Yeah.
You can see he's got like it looks like an ice pick in one hand. You can tell it was probably used literally to just break ice. And he used it to chip through this wall. As well, you can see his hands, the back of them, are very red.
Okay.
Like very, very red.
Okay.
But Reggie goes forward down this spiral staircase. And as you enter into the lower kitchen area, it is just you and Reggie who are down here at first.
Okay. And I take a moment. Where did Drogon's allegiances lie?
Drogon?
Yeah. Has he bought in, or is he like you?
Drogon's a special case. Asbara's got something. That's why he's here.
Got something over him?
Yeah. Asbara's got something on. But I don't know what. He's not allied to the cult. And I don't know how allied Asbara is. They work together.
Okay.
I feel like their goals don't.
Their goal is what?
I feel like their goals don't. He never seems invested into what we're doing.
Okay. You're just flirting your lower cutoff on your mic.
Sorry.
No,
I leaned back for the cat.
Yeah.
Because look at him.
Although he does not look... He doesn't express joy well, does he? His face doesn't...
No, he doesn't express happiness.
Okay. Okay. So... I lead
yeah, so you're
on,
heading...
yeah, back to Jalel. and I'm having a thought. I'm thinking. I'm trying to
As you enter into the great hall,
stuff together.
first off, the door in the kitchen is like, you can see there are barrels just stacked against it, and it looks very solid. The door in the kitchen that leads out to the courtyard. And as you enter into the great hall, the first door that is there, there is a chair that has been pushed against. And you saw this when you initially were in here, but sitting on the chair is one of the dragon claws. And you can see it's a very lightly blue-skinned woman, and she's kind of just sitting there, like slumped against the back of the chair, like leaned against the door with her sword still in hand, and she just looks beat. Like you can see her breathing, but like she just looks beat and she's tired. And then the second door within here, you can see the two cult initiates are still up against it, swords on hilts, and just kind of like leaning back against the door, making sure it stays closed.
Do you know who she is? I kind of side to Reggie.
I couldn't tell you. One of Resmir's uppers.
All right.
But Jalal's been here before.
Jalal's been here. What?
Before. Jalal's been here before. She'll know more people.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Then we do meet back with Jalal, right?
Yeah, and you do. Your bag is still there. You can see Jalal. Make a perception. A wink.
Don't fuck with me now. Persuasion, perception. Dirty 20.
It looks pretty untouched. Yeah. There's still the top of the black bone that sticks out of your bag.
Yeah, but like it's mostly covered, right?
Mostly covered. There's about that much of it that sticks out.
You bastard.
That like a few inches.
You're bad people.
But you can see Jalal is still sitting there, and she's kind of still tending to the three initiates that are in here. And as the two of you enter, she like glances up and is like, "Oh, thank God, Reggie, you're okay. Percy, you too. Where's Jack?"
He's outside keeping the keeping the frogs in their pen. So we can
By himself?
He has some drakes with him. Some guard drakes.
Okay. It's good with.
I can't imagine they want out, but they might like try. Is there a second way out of their pen?
I've never been in there. No, I've been here before, but they're very territorial. But Farblex is in there, definitely. If he wasn't outside, and I doubt he got downstairs, he's got to be in there.
Oh, we'd know if he got downstairs. If he gets downstairs, we're hooped.
Yeah?
I don't know how many of them are down there.
That's a good point. Oh, yeah.
Is there anyone else who's really good with the guard drakes?
The dragon claws are.
Okay.
Whoa, give me a sec. She has a name.
I bet she do. What, do you think I'm gonna write this down?
No.
No!
For my world building. And for the idiots who listen to this later.
Ha. 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 Yeah, because they take better notes.
Right? Jamal kind of like thinks for a sec as you ask that, and she goes, one of the dragon claws. Shayna, I think?
Is...
blue skin?
Yeah. Oh. Well.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
She'll be good. She's good with them. She worked with the lizard folk for a while.
Okay. Cool. Yo, real talk, was that Shayna?
Shayna, yes.
Okay. I wrote Draina, and I was like, that can't have been right.
Drano, the person.
Probably not. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, Shayna.
She's in this room, isn't she?
She's in the Great Hall. So she is by this door here.
Okay,
See
yeah.
my little cursor?
I can.
You guys are in here.
Yeah.
You've got a map open. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay. She looked pretty exhausted. Anyone else? Like, would the...
The other Dragonclaws might know.
Okay.
They're worth a ask. How many have you been able to rally? How many folks have you gotten?
It's not looking good. Like, single
No?
digits.
Oh.
Your stream froze on a funny face.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it... Not good. There's not many, and, like, most of the initiates are not doing well. Yeah. I don't know.
You watch her eyes very briefly kind of like sweep over you and glance down to your bag. And kind of like glance up at you.
I give her
Do you know of any help we might get?
That should be used only if things are truly dire. It seems dangerous, and this is from a guy who is knowingly using a cursed weapon.
You are an idiot for that.
I get that. I do.
If we get out of this, you're getting rid of that. We'll fill the void.
Okay. We can talk about it then. For now, for the moment, things are stable. I'm gonna go check on Reggie. Oh, sorry, Jack. I'm gonna check on Jack and make sure he's good.
Okay.
And I think if Reggie, Drogon, and I think we can sweep most of the rest of the castle. Like,
okay.
It's looking pretty secure. But we have to make sure that no news gets down into the basement.
Do you have any idea what's going on outside?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
What could be? Like,
the bullywugs have a whole camp out there. There are hundreds of them.
Oh, shit.
The lizard folk also had a camp out there. But there's not nearly as many.
Oh. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Maybe not hundreds, but they're definitely outnumbered.
Where? Which side of the castle? West?
To the south.
To the south. Okay.
South.
I'll be right back. And I run up the barracks stairs.
Okay. Okay. You run up the first flight of stairs. Click. looks like. You run up the second flight of stairs. I have to do this, sorry. You run up the second flight of stairs. You get to the third flight of stairs, and from here, there is a window looking out.
Okay.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah. That's why I'm here.
Give me a perception check.
Hot. 17.
17.
Finally.
Okay. This is where we are ending.
Fair.
You can see, I'll describe it first, but you can see outside of this window the very front of the gatehouse. And you can see that the gate at the front has been dropped. There are giant
like the
lizards.
portcullis?
The portcullis has been dropped.
Okay.
The metal bars have sunk to the ground. And you can see there are bullywugs on the top of the gate. There are giant lizards in front of the gate, like on the outside, as well as you would roughly estimate 30, 40 lizard folk. And half of them are facing the gate, and half of them are facing behind them to the southwest. And looking to the south, just directly south of you, you can see all the bullywug mud huts. And you can see a lot of bullywugs, 50, 60 bullywugs that are out here. Half of them appear to be facing towards the lizard folk, trying to see if there's any kind of break in their defense. And the other half of them appear to be moving further south to a large patch of water that is on the edge of the island that this castle resides on. And as you're watching them, you see them hop into the water and dive below. There are giant frogs with them doing this. There are giant frogs as well by the gate looking towards the lizard folk. They appear to be in a stalemate. The lizard folk are trapped between the gatehouse and these other bullywugs, but they have their weapons with them. And the bullywugs that are outside don't seem to have the courage to approach. They're in a stalemate at them. But there are bullywugs that are diving into the water and disappearing below the surface. And that is where we're going to...
I want to ask one last question.
Yes.
Is the blue... Is, shit. It wasn't Drano. You have fucked me by calling her Drano.
Shayna.
Shayna. Shayna is blue-skinned. Is she...
Like a light blue patch.
Is she half-dragon?
Give me a intelligence check.
Ah, man!
Sorry.
Oh, no, my intelligence is better than my wisdom. Okay. Look, we all make sacrifices making characters, okay? 15.
Apparently. One is our perception.
Yeah.
When you passed by her, you did not notice any of the typical dragon-like features. You did notice two little nubs on the top of her head.
Ah, Suka.
They could be horns, but you do not know the origin of them. Like what kind of heritage it would, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Like some dragonborn do have horns. Some tiefling have horns. Some satyrs have horns.
Tiefling native the native language of the tieflings is Draconic?
Infernal.
Suka. That's what I
All right.
That's it.
Stopping recording now. Well,